So Courtney works for the ACC.
Yeah, that Courtney.
Yeah. And she's the one that just walked in and pulled the fingers. And then I said an insulting word, which made me stop and then restart the podcast that it wasn't.
Yeah. Word.
I mean,
Wow.
I always consider sort of Pugs our moral kind of leader. And when I see,
Really?
Jeez.
and when
the
I
bar is in hell.
when I see Pugs recoil in disgust, and even in that moment, I recoiled. I was so disgusted by it. I was shocked, Keyzie.
Really?
By what came out of your mouth there. That was I mean, Mogi can really go out there sometimes. What you just said was disgraceful. I was...
By the way, Pugs is here instead of Mogi today.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Right, just to set that up. It wasn't that bad, was it?
Yeah, it was really
Her
bad.
and I have a funny thing going where we
Yeah, you do, don't you?
massively insult one another.
Yeah.
And that's it, Jase. And there's don't start.
No, I'm just thinking of kids in school pulling pigtails. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I tell you what, in this situation, she's the one pulling my pigtails because she
Right,
always
okay.
starts it,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Cool.
And if she
Yeah.
wants a bit of the old Keezy, she's going to have to get in line, right?
So you don't sort of set boundaries or anything like that?
No, well, I mean, I do what I can control within my power. I'm not
Sure.
going to,
What? I'm sorry, Keyzie.
What?
Did you just say if she wants a bit of the old Keyzie, she has to get in line?
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, man. This is going from bad to worse, Pugs.
It's not even
Yeah.
that bad. Can I at least play the outro admin stuff first?
Fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jase, Mike and Keezy on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so no Mogi today. He's off filming something.
Well, he was 50-50.
I wish we could say what he was filming.
Well, so he was 50-50. If filming wrapped up in time, he would have been able to make it. Jase, in your experience, when he said that, were you like, that's not happening?
Yes.
Does it always go over?
I would suggest that even if it did happen, he wouldn't come in and, he'd just go, nah.
Oh.
I would.
Mike wouldn't. He loves it. I reckon he'd come
Especially with the throbber, I thought he would.
Yeah. He's really competitive, isn't he?
in. He'd
with
come
the
in
old-
here with a massive throbber ready to go.
Yeah. He was saying, what was it, a couple of days ago, that he's just been pounding the throbbers, going through them in his phone, just trying to... Because he's so competitive. I don't think he can handle Keyzie being ahead of him.
Well, he's won the last 2 years, hasn't he?
Yeah, and so I think he is secretly, Pugs, I think he's filthy with the situation. So you're right, actually. I think he would come in if he could.
He'd definitely come in with a throbber. Pugs, you're going to sit in for him today on the throbber. Is that all good?
Yeah, very excited.
And just full disclosure, during the show, and I'll say this during the show as well, we have an interview with Courtney Dawson from Celebrity Treasure Island. She's a fantastic young comedian. We recorded it yesterday thinking Mogi would be here.
She's all right.
She's pretty cool. She reminds me of my
yeah,
cousin.
I like her as a person and as a comedian.
Well, that's not what you were saying off here. What came out of your mouth
Keyzie,
when you were talking about her,
Keyzie.
I recoiled. Pugs.
I did. I was in Studio B.
He's like
recoiling.
Pugs is our moral compass, and
My
even he recoiled.
God.
It was disgusting.
Disgusting. I'm disgusted in both of you.
Can I just add, I was making a video last night. I had a bit of spare time, and I made a video that I cannot put out on the Instagram. Or I decided morally that it wasn't right to do, of something that you said on the air,
I bet I know
Jase,
what it
about
is.
2 days ago. That you looked at me as I recoiled in Studio B, and I got that on video.
Can you please?
Yes.
Can you
It was
just-
an impersonation of somebody.
But
And it is so funny, but it's just not. Can't be a video.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, Pugs?
I think that while we get why it's funny, there would be somebody out there that wouldn't necessarily find it so funny.
But it was an impersonation of
Yes.
an actual person.
And yes. And the thing on this is that's the kind of thing that's all good. Radio goes out, disappears.
Yeah.
You don't want social or podcast
digital footprint,
because it's there forever.
Right, okay.
And it's just
but it wasn't.
No, but without you trying to go down that road, it involved certain, I want to say, a audio stereotype
Right, yeah.
with what you said.
Okay.
And so that's one of those things that's sweet as on radio, but
Yeah.
just to cover your bases.
Yeah.
But like if I...
Hilarious reaction.
If I, impersonated, say... I don't know, give me an actor.
Jackie Chan. Go for it.
Yeah, maybe not Jackie Chan, but...
But same thing, right?
Because I am massively paranoid about, overstepping the mark. But
Yes.
in my heart of hearts, I don't feel that was. But hey,
It
you
wasn't.
are our moral compass, so I will take that on the chin.
While I don't necessarily think it was massively over the line, I just think...
It's not worth it.
I know that there are people out there that think it would be.
And it's not
Right.
worth for the big laugh that you get from that.
Yeah.
Not worth because, like, for example, remember that whole thing that got kicked up when you were running blackface a few years ago?
Well, and I had to counsel you through this, Keyzie, with a video of your little buzzy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
because
yeah,
remember
that was before I
That
started.
was before your time, pal.
Yeah.
Local
Poor
buzzy
old-
man.
Poor old Keyzie.
I was freaking out about that.
absolutely beside himself, and I
I
was like,
remember that
Keyzie,
show too. It was you being paranoid about being cancelled.
Yeah, that's right.
Keyzie,
Yeah.
just relax. You're all good. I mean, and I cited my own Nadia Lim atrocity, and which was on national television, I might add.
Yes.
And it was one of those things like that, because that gets brought up with me all the time, the Nadia Lim thing. People
Yes, it
say
does.
that to me all
Yes,
the time.
they do.
You'd be amazed.
They call
And
up and say it to me as
quite
well.
honestly, at the time, it was like, I didn't think twice about it. In hindsight,
Yeah.
now, and when I saw it, I went, oh, fuck.
Also, the issue with that thing too is that people that aren't from New Zealand, because that's on YouTube,
Yes.
they don't know the context.
Yeah.
And so that's where the issue is
Yeah.
with that.
There's that. I can't remember the site, but there was over 1 million views of
YouTube.
it. Was
Or
it
on
YouTube?
Reddit or
yeah,
something. It
is
something
on
like
YouTube.
that.
I've searched it
and
on
I
YouTube
think the
many a
headline was
time.
something like "Presenter completely loses the plot."
Yeah, that's a Lee Hart style of captioning.
Yeah.
And it was like they're thinking that this is genuine.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
I genuinely did that. And I've said this before. Read Nadia Lim and the fiasco that was. I spoke to Nadia before we did it.
Oh, you did?
And said, "Are you okay with this?"
Interesting.
And she said, "Yeah, that's fine."
Of course, yeah, of course.
I don't think she expected the level with which I was to deliver it.
The
Yeah.
tenacity.
I think that took her a little bit aback.
the ferocity.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Even that Nadia Lim thing that I did doesn't compare to what Keyzie did this afternoon.
Absolutely.
and
right
I
before
mean,
recording? Yeah.
right
no.
before the recording punch.
Yeah.
I mean, if that were to get out,
But the thing is, Jase,
that would be...
He deleted that recording
that would
very
be
quickly.
Yeah.
unequivocally the end of Keyzie's
hang on.
career.
Can we just-
That's how bad it
Wouldn't it be
was.
crazy if I had the
Pugs.
cameras running?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
have you got the cameras running?
Pugs,
No,
can we
I
just keep
actually
it
don't.
on Jace and his...
There it is.
But hang on. But just on that, Keyzie did it. He started it.
What do you mean?
No, Mike did.
Oh, was it Mike that started
Mike
it?
did.
He did an
Yes, he
impression.
did, yeah.
And then I went...
Don't do it again. Don't do it. I'm cutting that. I'm cutting. That's getting bleeped.
Why? Why?
Because it's not. And we're only laughing on the basis that it's a situation where you shouldn't be laughing because it's not appropriate.
What? But I mean...
Double down on it.
Ow. Come on, man.
No, that's all good.
So you're going to delete that?
I am going to bleep it.
Okay.
And I'm going to bleep you saying what it was, too.
Yeah, okay, all
Yeah.
good. That's funny, though. Holy shit.
They're creating extra work for me, man.
Sorry, Pugs.
It's just-
Sorry,
no,
man.
you know what? I got burnt by something a few months ago, or a couple of months ago.
Oh, yes,
that
that's
we
right.
did.
That I didn't vet enough that was sent in by another member of the show. That
Oh,
I
yes.
didn't look
Okay.
at, and that created a fucking firestorm
That Pugs had to deal with.
that I had not encountered in this part of my career. And so
Yes.
I think I'm just a little bit wary as well because of that, and that's just, yeah.
Well,
And
I
it
tell you
it
what-
just made me go, okay, maybe I'll be a little more careful when I hear things that I question. I probably just shouldn't.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
if you have to talk about it or think about it, you
Generally,
probably just shouldn't.
That's my modus operandi, which is...
What the fuck does that mean?
Is that your
which
modus
is-
operandi ad infinitum?
which is because when you're doing a live radio show,
Yes.
you're flicking through things in your head all the time, and you're going, oh no. Or, very occasionally something will slip out and you go, oh God. And I fret about that stuff. Like when I'm driving home, I'll go, oh, I shouldn't have said
The ones
that. But
you fret about aren't actually that bad.
yeah, well, sometimes. But if you're questioning it, I agree.
Yeah.
Can it?
Yeah,
Because it's
absolutely.
not worth it.
It's not.
So delete that. Then.
There's also so
he'll beep it.
I also feel like there's so much out there that is within arm's reach that doesn't go anywhere near that kind of territory of being inappropriate or anything like that you
Sure.
can draw from.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, weirdly, and
I mean, I'm not the fucking.
I'll take your word for this, Pugs, but
His name's James Pugsley.
Thanks.
I'm kind of okay with it. But I hear you,
Yeah.
and I respect your decision.
And another thing too, which I realise, but a lot of the time announcers don't realise, is there's always heaps of shit coming in that like Prebz, content directors, our producers are dealing with that they don't tell us about.
Of course.
yeah.
And I've walked out there so many times and Prebz has gone, well, I'll be hearing about that one tomorrow. So,
Yeah, and he forwards me the email.
We live in this sort of magnificent ignorance, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I mean, something was brought up with me, that I'd said on a podcast actually,
right.
and which was a formal complaint, and I was like, "That's the complaint,
Yeah.
really?"
Interesting.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, and it was a true story too. Not that's
And it
makes
wasn't in any way bad.
Oh, really?
bad.
You know what
No,
it-
and
right.
it was just like, why has someone taken offence at that? And they drew a very large bow on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, that's a
Right.
stretch saying that's offensive because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buzzy.
It was interesting. And so, do you know the one that we've had the most grief over behind the scenes?
Oh, yeah.
In terms of, it was a pit chat related.
Yeah, it was a pit chat.
Yeah,
That was at the
yeah,
start
yeah.
of the year.
Yeah, it was at the start of the year. So
no,
that,
and
that
I-
wasn't even pit chat.
was it just
That
one
was
off?
just
No, it was a
that was
random-
Jase talking about his
That's right.
holiday
yeah, that's
festivities.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
But isn't that funny though? And at the time, you don't think anything of it, and then
No.
da-douche.
Yeah.
But I got my first ever broadcasting.
I blame Minogue for that, by the way.
Yeah, you guys were both
Wow.
in that one together. I got my first broadcasting standards complaint the first time I ever was on TV. Someone wrote
Really?
in straight away, yeah, and was like,
I wonder what that was about.
"Do you want to?" It was because I said, "Oh my god,"
Oh,
No, yeah.
my God.
and it came through, and someone was like, "He's being blasphemous on TV," and I read that, and I went, "Oh my god, what a belly
Yeah.
end. Are you serious?" And then I had to apologise.
It is an interesting balance.
Did you have to apologise?
Well, they just sent out a template of a pre-written, because I worked with Mark Richardson at the time. We had a template ready to go,
Oh, my
Right, yeah.
and so we just changed the names and fire that puppy out.
That's
Good
so
shit.
good.
Yeah, actually, we could
shit.
probably use that here. on
Ready-made
the
apology.
show.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
Your
Oh,
Hauraki
it's
Big Show
pre-ejaculative.
Keyzie word of the day is
Just talk all over it. What?
Seriously, Keyzie.
What?
That was a shocker, man, what you said.
Can I suggest the word of the day?
Yeah.
Cancelled.
Yeah, thanks. Good one, Puck. Can you just see if the cameras are on while he was saying that?
I
'Cause
didn't have them on. No.
Could you
Jase.
just have a little troll through his recording there and see if you can cut that out for
Actually,
me?
yeah, there might be a mic monitor that's
It'd be-
permanently recording everything you say.
It'd be
which-
very good to have that as just in my back pocket there, Pugs.
You wouldn't know what to do with that audio anyway. You'd have to give it to Pugs to do anything with it anyway. Hey,
and
send,
then you'd play it on loop.
yeah, probably on your phone accidentally. Hey.
Hey.
Send all 5 Keyzie words into the Hauraki Big Show on Instagram and your cell phone number. We'll call you Monday with a prize pack if you do that. Also, follow us on Instagram. Chris Key and Zed, Hoity J, Mr. Mike Minogue, and call me Pugs.
Thanks, mate. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.